And welcome back to the Splitting Hairs podcast presented by Jackrabbit Illustrated. We have a special treat for you tonight. It's Matt and Kyle here with you, and we have some special guests to kind of highlight the path to the 2022 NFL Draft. So with us tonight, we have Pierre Strong Jr., Eagan Lickiss, and Thomas Stacker. Fellas, how you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. This is something we've wanted to do for a while, so I'm just really happy to have you guys here. Kyle, it's been a little bit since we were on together. How have you been doing?
Doing good, man. Just following March Madness of all types, right? The NFL has free agency, has the carousel going around, so pretty cool to see where some big names ended up and where some of these names right here are going to end up from blue and yellow. So, and then we would be remiss if we didn't shout out the women, right?
Mm-hmm. They're doing their thing right now.
Doing great.
Doing their thing. So awesome. They're going to be, Matt, you want to take it away? Talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I'm sure we have some people on in the viewing that tried to get tickets this morning and were unable to. I feel bad personally. I haven't been to a basketball game in like 6 or 7 or 8 years. It's been a while. And I was on right at 7 a.m. and got tickets for me and my kids. So I'm pumped for that, but there's a number of diehard fans who didn't get tickets.
Sounds like you need to upsell those tickets, Matt.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm going. We're creating core memories here. Core memories.
Okay.
So that's we sure are proud of the women's basketball program. The Rabbit Rundown guys have been doing a great job highlighting the basketball program here. And their podcast is awesome. So check it out if you haven't already, the Rabbit Rundown. With that, though, we got to get into it here with our special guests. So just going to kind of go through one by one here. Where are you at? What have you been doing in your training? And we'll just start with those two questions. So Pierre, kick it off for us. Where are you at and what have you been doing?
I'm currently in Dallas, Texas. I've been down here since I left Brookings. So I've been down here since end of December, early January, and I just been working out at Exos, and just been getting it in.
Yeah, and Kyle, Exos is the one that's close to your place, right?
Yeah, we did a podcast about that, highlighting like Adam Ferran, who's my former coworker. He runs the whole NFL Combine prep, and Jordan Brown and Brent Callaway. Brent Callaway is like the speed specialist, was a track guy at UNC, the Tar Heels. Just a great dude. His literally prepped probably, I don't know, I would say probably 1/3 of the NFL right now in terms of their pre-draft and overall speed stuff. And obviously we've seen what some of that speed work can translate to from the combine and things like that we'll get into. But yeah, man, Exos is a great training facility. There's a lot all over now that are starting to pop up because of companies like Exos. Got APEC down here in Fort Worth where I'm from. And then you got, guys like Pat Mahomes training there. So there's excellent spots all over the country. I know, Thomas, you were saying you training out in Houston, right?
Yeah, I was down at Armed Sports in Houston. I was pretty much out there since like middle of January-ish. And I'm sure the other guys can attest, like those start to get to like long days, like once you've been out there for a few months. Like you're going like all day, every day. But I mean, like it's hard work, but you feel it paying off every day. I mean, like once you see like how Pierre ran, and I think everybody did the pro day, like that kind of stuff pays off.
Mm-hmm. Eagan, where are you? What are you up to?
I live in Brookings still. I have an internship down at Sanford Power, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to train down there with them. So Jesse Haynes and the whole staff down there, they've got me right for pro day. So since I'm a Sanford employee, I get to use the weight room for free. I had to pay for the speed training, but I get to lift my weights for free. It's awesome.
Hey, nice. And that weightlifting paid off. You were the top at the pro day, right? In the bench?
Yeah, I hit 27 reps. And well, I don't mean to brag about it a little bit, but I programmed for myself. I'm an exercise science student. So I didn't get any weight room training from them. I did all my lifts by myself and programmed for myself. So had good success with that. So that's a step in the right direction for my career whenever football's over. Absolutely.
Definitely. And Sanford is a great spot to be. Anthony Miranda, who used to work with us at Exos in, I want to say, North Dakota, he just signed on for a big position with Sanford. So awesome. Excellent minds out there. And definitely a great opportunity to just stay closer to where you're from,
Yeah, absolutely. I love it down there. Great guys, and the internship's going well, so love it down there.
Oh, that's cool. Good for you, Eagan. So fellas, Thomas, you talked about it just a little bit there, but what is this process like to go from, being a student athlete, season ends, I don't know if you guys had finals to clear up and stuff, but then what's this transition like then to go to start preparing to be an NFL player or a professional football player? What's that like? Walk me through that.
I think for me at least, right when our last game ended, you got like the postseason blues a little bit, and I really didn't know what I was gonna do. I started sending out applications to GA at different spots, and that's when I got hit up by an agent, and it really kind of changed my whole perspective on the whole thing, and really made me think if I got someone out there really believing in me, that I could really give me a shot and willing to pay for my training and get me right, I don't see why I shouldn't give it everything I got. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was a quick turnaround because I found out that I had an agent, and then literally the next week I was gone. So it was a quick turnaround for my family, and they were kind of super hype on it. So, I mean, it's really a blessing though, just to even be in this situation right now.
Cool.
That's awesome. And so, Eagan, do you have representation too?
Not currently. I have a guy, Logan Swanson, who's the defensive tackle that ran at our pro day. I've been talking to his agent, see if I can get a little representation from him too. But as of right now, the way I've been looking at it, I just kind of took my opportunity at pro day to see how I could do in front of the scouts, and if they call me, they call me.
Yeah, and we'll connect off script. I got some things that might be able to help you with that. But Pierre, I would imagine you have representation, right?
Yeah, I'm with United Sports Group.
Nice. And how's that been going? You got a good relationship with them?
Oh yeah, yes sir. It's real. It's real, genuine love. Yeah, well, they based out of Houston, so.
Excellent. So, and how'd you come in contact with them? How did that whole process kind of evolve for you?
It's crazy because Coach Johnson, old running backs coach, my agent, that's one of his boys. So, connected like that through Coach Johnson. So,
and that's clutch, man, because so many guys they may have big names and stuff, but they might be removed from you. They don't know you, and you're just a number to them, especially coming from a smaller program, regardless of all the numbers you put up. So that's good to have that relationship building through someone that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Speaking of Coach Johnson, did you see he jumped ship to Sam Houston already? Too soon.
I was working out with a few of their players. They said he's pretty intense down there, so he's getting them right, I heard.
Yeah. Well, just got to show the film what he did to Shafe, Yeah. So at the pro day, I was only there once when it was Dallas Goedert's turn. Are you guys able to talk to the teams that attend the pro day? Do they come in ahead of time? What is a pro day like for you guys?
Yeah, we done with school, so we can talk. We can talk to them.
Yeah, no. So pretty much you just go in, get measured. They take your picture, and then you go downstairs. They measure you again. Then I don't know if they had everybody do it, but I know they had the linemen kind of squat down and see how flexible you are, and then you get weighed, and then you just kick off into the whole thing, bench, jumping, all that kind of stuff. So
we're gonna go ahead and call it big skill, guys, because we're not. I was former tight end, so we're gonna call it big skill, and then you got your skill position, right, like Pierre is. So,
right.
I think one of the things that we can all see as lay folks or washed up former athletes is we can see your metrics, how you tested and stuff like that. But the most important thing is how you do your position drills, right? So they want to see how you move, how you engage in actual football style demands type drills. So how did those go for you guys? Because those are scripted, but those aren't going to be highlighted.
Right. For me at least, the day wasn't scheduled, so we didn't know who was going when. So when we got called up to go do O-line drills, I was kind of oh, here we go. But because we've been sitting around for a while, but all things considered, I thought that went pretty well. I felt like I was moving good. I'm down 30 pounds since the end of the season, so I felt like I was moving a lot better than I did, especially at the end of the year.
Nice. And so one thing that people don't really realize is that there'll be a lead scout that runs all the drills, and they actually run the pro day in tandem with a lot of the strength and conditioning staff that are at the university that's holding the pro day, right?
For us, it was a Colts guy. Well, for D-line.
Yeah, so a Colts guy did it. Okay.
Yeah.
And did it seem like he ran it pretty efficiently?
Oh yeah, no, like he knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like he explained the drills real well. Like it was smooth for us too. I can speak for all the D linemen really. Coach Smith actually, like a lot of the stuff that we did was stuff that we were doing at Indy, and I think like training out in Houston, like I had personal training, like one-on-one training, like every day, from
Nice.
like 1 to 2:30. So like we was really just like drilling like exactly what we're gonna do, like trying to get that stuff like perfect. And like some of the stuff like we didn't even do, you know what I mean? So like you're training for stuff where like you're kind of going on the fly. Yeah, you don't really know.
And what type of stuff? Who's your skills coach at Exos up in Dallas, Pierre?
Oh, his name TP. He used to play running back for the Cowboys. He was so like basically we did all the drills. Like every day we watched combine drills, and I was aware of what all the drills we were gonna do because we did them every day. So and we just perfected them. So my pro day was kind of. I wouldn't say a piece of cake, but I already knew what I was going to be doing. So,
yeah. And so, like, I think one of the things that you opted out of, and a lot of the RBs opted out of, was your short shuttle, right? At the combine?
I did. Yeah. Well, we didn't really opt out of it. So combine, man, we finished at like 11:30 at night. So, all the scouts everybody was ready to go. So it was more so like, all right, we just do it at our pro day.
Yeah, that's smart, man, because like that's another thing that all the lay fans need to know. You guys go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and it's just like rapid fire, right? And so it's like it's hard on your body, and you're expecting to be at peak performance every damn thing that you're doing. So talk a little bit about that. How did that go down?
Yeah, it's afterwards, we were sore, and we ain't even do like the L drill or the 3-cone drill. So we basically like every drill, with everything you're doing, you getting evaluated. So you giving all you got on every single drill there is. So if you jump and you trying to jump your highs, you run there, you doing position drills, you finishing 10 yards, but finishing like it's a game type of rep. So after everything was done, like your hamstrings, your back, everything hurting. So yeah, it was a grind though. It was a grind.
Nice.
So Pierre, talk about that 4.37 at the combine. What were you expecting going into it?
I was expecting. Well, I was telling everybody I was gonna run a 4.39, but I was just, how people just be talking. I was really. So I tested early that Friday, like 2 Fridays before the combine. I tested like a 4.41. So I'm like, all right, I can get a 4.4,
Yeah.
But then I ran it and I came back to my phone because they don't post the times in there. So you anxious on your way back, just walking back like what I run. So I checked my phone and then they said 4.39 unofficial. So. Man, it was crazy with just hearing that, But
well, we were going crazy on Twitter for you. So
did you see highlights of JB spiking the football on Instagram?
No, I didn't see that.
He was getting hyped on the Exos Instagram, and he spiked the ball, and Coach Holmes was sitting there, almost got hit with it. It was hilarious. Those guys get hyped though, man, because like what guys don't know is they got 8 weeks that they're working with these guys, and some of them will go right off to their all-star games, like you went off to the East-West Shrine game. Some guys got the Senior Bowl, then they come right back, and then they get after it again. And it's just it's like Stack said early, man. It's a grind. It starts to wear on you, and it's a lot like fall camp. It's very intensive. And then it's pretty remarkable what all goes into it, I would say.
Oh, the Colonel. Is this the real Colonel checking in here?
Caleb.
Oh my goodness. Friend of the pod, Caleb Sanders, the Colonel. Excellent.
Y'all need him on here, man.
Yeah, and he needs an NIL deal with KFC. That was the only damn fast food restaurant we had when we were there. Get him.
So Stacker and Eagan, what you guys are a little bit different right now. Pierre's being mocked in every mock draft that's out there. But for you guys, what is your expectation here in the next month, going into the draft?
Well, I mean, honestly, I did it because I had the opportunity to. I said I might as well take my shot. I've been doing this for 5 years. I have an opportunity to go do it, and I might as well just see what happens. That was my mentality about the whole thing. So I left. Tried to leave everything out there and leave nothing in the tank and give it my best shot and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like my agent said, like, hey, like you go, like once you get to camp, bro, like you're gonna have to just make it do to do. You feel me? And like I just really feel like I'm prepared, like from all the ball that we played so far. And I mean, once I get my shot, I just gotta stay on that roster. So I just feel like once I get there, just like do what I do best, man. Like it's not the 40, it's not 5, 10, 5s. Now it's just football. You feel me? So
yeah,
exactly.
So I think.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, so for me, I was in grad school over in Mankato when Adam Thielen was there, and I'm not a Viking fan, but being able to watch Thielen's path going into as an undrafted guy, tryout guy that got a contract, and then practice squad for a year and a half with the Vikes, and then actually becoming a Pro Bowl receiver. That trajectory is pretty cool. So I think you're right, Stacker. Just like, getting that opportunity and showing what you got and making the most of it, no matter what it is. So,
yeah, I think both of you guys have the exact right mindset because, Eagan, for instance, to give you some context, Tom Compton has been in the league for a long time. He's a former USD offensive lineman, and you did more bench reps than he did. And obviously you're going to have an opportunity. You got to show it with your mobility on the field, your recognition of defenses, your ability to catch on offenses. But that just goes to show, and Stacker, what you're doing and recognizing the value of an agent is huge because it doesn't matter what role you play on a team. Like you have to recruit the NFL because you need them more than they need you. Right. And it's the same thing with like the CFL too, man. You kick in the door. Cameron Wake is a great example of that. Former defensive lineman for the Dolphins. Maybe he still is, but he's been balling, right? Like he played in the CFL for years, and everybody knows the Rock story. That was his only shot at professional ball, and now he owns the XFL. So you never know. You never know what can happen if you stop and you don't scratch that itch, like you're saying, Eagan. Then it'll never happen for you. So kudos to all you guys for doing it in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And so Pierre, gotta ask what you're hearing, last night's Josh NFL draft, who kind of covers the small school, FCS and lower guys, said he wouldn't be surprised if you're a second round pick. We've also seen, 6th round. So that 3rd through 6th round kind of seems to be the sweet spot right now. What are you hearing?
Man, honestly, I don't even get into all that. I'm a big believer of, just put it in God's hand and let him handle it. So, I ain't finna stress myself out about it, where I'm going, telling people this, then I don't go there. So, man, I just tell them, I'm just ready. Whenever my phone get called, I'm ready to work wherever I go. So, I really don't have a mark. I really don't have where I'm going. I'm just ready, man. So, I just want to try out. If I get on the team, I'm just gonna make my best of it.
All right. That's awesome. I love that.
I got a question for you. When you ran your 4.37, did people come out of the woodworks and start trying to talk to you and hype you up?
Yeah. It was a lot of people come out the woodworks, but I just say I always speak. I'm humble, so I ain't gonna just blow them away. So.
Got you. Is he just shy, Stack and Eagan? Is he just shy, or is he like a man of few words?
No, he's a humble beast, man.
He is humble. He's humble.
This is real.
That's what Pierre is. Man. No, he ain't never gonna tell you do all that. He's just talking on the field. So
I love that.
Hey, that's cool. I do want to ask Pierre one more question about kind of your process. The Shrine game. What was that like, going and playing in a game like that with, college football? Oh, Pierre, did you freeze on us? All right. He did. That's all right. It happens.
He might come back here.
He's getting there.
Yeah. So Stacker, will have you answer it like you're Pierre. What was the Shrine game?
All right, man. You know, Little Rock, Arkansas, bro.
Oh, still. Oh,
There you go. He's coming back.
Can y'all hear me now?
T Hollywood.
Pierre got T-Mobile.
Oh, he's out.
That's funny. I think we're gonna have to ask him if he comes back. I think James is from his hometown, Little Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. So Eagan and Stacker. Oh, here we go.
Can y'all hear me now? I think I left that reception where I
Perfect.
was.
Hey, Pierre. Do you know James E. Lark Jr.?
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
Okay, that's what I thought. So you got T-Mobile?
Yeah, that's that
no.
T-Mobile. Yeah.
All right.
I got 3 bars, man. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear me?
A little bit, yeah. What was the Shrine game like, Pierre? Nope, we lost him.
So United is going to get him his first deal with AT&T.
Right.
Him from the South, you know, Arkansas, Texas. They got that AT&T connection.
He definitely needs it.
Give him a plug.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So Eagan, I remember one of my first memories of Eagan Lickiss and the Jackrabbits was for both the year you held the Nick's Burger Eating Contest.
Oh yeah, that would have been the summer before 2019.
Okay,
The summer of 2019.
So how did Eddie take you down there, or how did you end up experiencing that?
Well, it was actually my freshman roommate Austin Bowen and Mason McCormick, two Sioux Falls Roosevelt guys. I guess Grant Schmidt was with us too. I used to hang out with the Roosevelt boys a lot, but they knew I didn't know that it was an eating challenge down there, and so they took me down there and they're like, "Dude, you can totally crush this record." And so we had finished lift in the morning, and we got home, ate breakfast, and on a whim, they were like, "Dude, you got to go do this eating challenge." And I went down there and ate 27 burgers and broke the record by, I can't remember, 3 sliders maybe.
So
and I had it for 2 weeks, and then it got broken again.
Were you dipping them in water, or was it like, how do you eat 27 burgers, man?
Oh, they're like sliders, so they're smaller, but
okay.
I mean, break them down. I ate all the meat, then the buns, man. I went Kobayashi on those things.
The stag, you said what's
Pause.
That's good. So guys, I just want to kind of a rapid fire. What's your favorite memory of Brookings that you've had in the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh,
man.
I'm gonna go college game day for me.
College game day. That is a good one, P. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good day. One day. I think for me, it's probably. I think for me, it's probably. I caught my first walleye up here and shot my first pheasant. That was good for me. Like the outdoors.
I'd say that Delaware game. That was probably like the most fun I think I've had in my life.
Yeah, you guys were nasty that game. I loved watching that.
That's a good game.
That was excellent.
Good.
How about you, Pierre?
Game day.
I said college game day.
Game day. That's right.
Game day.
So how much did you guys get to interact with that on game day?
After the game. After the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Like we went and stood in the little Home Depot area.
Yeah.
And then one of the dudes came and talked to us before practice one time. I forgot which one it was though.
What was it like? What was the atmosphere like college game day versus pass marker game? I was at both of those, but what was it like from a player standpoint?
I think I would say just to see all the fans show out on the college green out there when they were doing the show and everything, like being around them pre-game and just building up to it, that was cool for me at least.
Was it like I remember in 19 when game day was there were like 4 or 5 false start penalties that the crowd kind of forced them into, which was nuts because back when I played like 20 friggin' years ago now, it was like standing room only and our crowd was live. But now we have a huge stadium that's pretty big for our classification. So it's like it's tough to have that big of an impact unless it's sold out. And that was pretty wild to see. What about this past year? What was the atmosphere like for you guys there?
I think because that was the game when Don was clear, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think once we heard that just got us on a whole nother level because like Don just walked in the locker room, and he just kind of had this smile on his face. I'm like, oh yeah, he's playing. Like we finna be straight. So
Yeah.
I mean, and coming off like the games we had already had, and just knowing how we play, like I was just my excitement and it was just through the roof for that game. So.
That's cool.
How about you, Pierre? When you busted that one for 70 plus, what did that feel like?
It just felt like I could hear myself breathe. Like that's how loud it got.
Let's go. You were like, all right, now I got a chance to put my wheels on film real good here. So I'm gonna open it up.
Yeah, that game was fun. Actually, that was real fun.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was so excited after that run, Pierre. High five him with Justin Sell and oh man, hoofda.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack on that pass. I was like, did he just snap that through the quarterback's legs? How did that go, man? How many times y'all practiced that?
Man, we've been practicing that play for like 2 years. We never brought it out though. But when he called it, I was like, it's gonna go really good or really bad.
That's awesome.
Has anyone brought up that piece of your game? All the throws?
Oh nah. Well,
Nah.
I kind of brought up because at East West Shrine Bowl we had a little trick play in. It got brought up a little bit from the running back had to throw the ball, but we ain't.
Shoot.
Again.
When we get him back, ask the All-Star question. Ask that question.
Yeah. A friend of the pod, Terry. Peter's going to head up to the top of the Campanile to get a better signal. Did you guys ever climb the Campanile?
No.
One time for a
some
freshman
classes.
Yeah, we did it for a freshman seminar. Little
Okay.
campus needle.
Yeah, I think I missed that day. I wasn't doing that.
Uh-oh. Ooh, Terry didn't like that one. All right.
I got a quick question for you guys. What's the biggest thing that you learned in your college experience? The biggest thing you that changed your mind or perspective that you learned?
Man.
I think for me, just kind of the impact you can have in where you are, and you kind of don't really know how big it is. Doing the FCA flag football stuff on Sundays, going out and just hanging out with those kids, and it's not even that long, it'll be an hour. And then after some of the parents will be like, hey man, you know how much that means to me, this is awesome. I'm like, dude, I'm out here I'm probably having more fun than your kid is, you know what I mean? So I mean, just being able to it's just cool to see how you can really affect people when you actually try, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Stacker, didn't a kid have a cast like you this year? Or
yeah, bro, I was making nobody had broken hands before me. I break my hand, and Tolu wanted to break his hand, and Don wanted to break his arm. I'm like, bro, where's this all coming from? But no, one of the kids on my team had a little club just like mine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw a picture on Twitter of that. That's cool. I like that question, Kyle. Eagan and Pierre, what about you guys?
I think for me, the biggest thing that I took away from my whole experience was that I learned how to bet on myself and believe in my own self, because I over my career, I've had a lot of opportunities and I've lost opportunities, but at the end of the day, if I put all the chips down on myself, I know I can do things. That's what has motivated me through college. And the thing I've learned is that I can do whatever I set my goal to be.
That's cool.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Biggest thing I learned, just really just how to, I had to take a lot of sacrifices because, I was far from home. So I just had to learn how to, grow up, how to be a man fast and just take care of responsibilities because, mom and dad, they 13 hours away. So everything I had to do was my decision. So I feel like I made great decisions. So that's probably the biggest thing I made, just maturing up and becoming a young man.
Nice. So in that, you guys all come from different parts of the country, totally different backgrounds. What stood out to you about South Dakota State to come here? And then what advice would you give to a future recruit that might be watching this?
What really caught my eye was when I came on a visit and I seen everybody just leaving their keys in the ignition in the car and leaving the houses unlocked and just so much trustworthiness. So I'm like, man, y'all not worried about nobody, like, come outside, your car may be gone. And nah, we're not worried about that. Like, they leave the car on, going Walmart, whole shopping spree. So that's how I knew, like, this was the place for me. I ain't have to worry about anything at all, just playing football in school. So to a recruit, I just say, man, if you just want to go to a loving place, a family atmosphere place, man, Brookings is the spot. South Dakota State is just an excellent place to be at. Just on top of school and football, but life outside of that it's just wonderful just living there.
That's cool. Thank you.
I think for me, I don't know, the first time I visited, everything just felt right. And I mean, down to the little things, like the lead pastor in my church back home graduated from SDSC, like little things like that I never would have even guessed. The whole place just felt like home. Brookings felt very similar to my hometown. And then I came up, met the coaching staff, met some of the guys that I knew were going to be in my class on visits, met the players on the team, and just fell in love with the place. I loved everything about it from the start. And like Pierre said, I guess some advice that I would have for recruits is buy into that culture right away, because we've worked really hard to build up the culture we have with the program over our time here and learning from the guys ahead of us. Like, hopefully we've taught the guys below us, but for recruits, I would just say, buy into that right away and join that family atmosphere, because it is a family.
And that does really sound like cliche to say, like this is a family, because you hear that from everybody. But like when I came here on my visit, like it actually felt like, like that felt like genuine. You know what I mean? Like, you had all types of players like Jake Winicky, Dallas Goddard, just like hanging out and just talking to us. Not like it was like a waste of their time and like stuff like that. And like when I got here, like I really didn't even have an idea like who they were. So I didn't even know they were like good like that. So like when I look back on it, I'm like, bro, like these dudes really just sat down and hung out with recruits on like a Saturday night when they could have been doing, whatever. And that family atmosphere is like really what hooked me. And then just like Coach Jake being like a straight up dude. Like I mean, when I talked to him with my parents, like, my parents were on board. And like for me, I think that was something that was like really big, because like I'm 10 hours away from home. And like my parents are comfortable with me here. Like I feel like that's good enough for me. So.
And you're from the Chicago area, right?
Yep.
Did you go to St. Rita's?
Yep.
So my cousin went to Notre Dame in Niles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have smacked them. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll let him know. That's good stuff. No, man, you know what? We need to highlight what you guys have done collectively, this group specifically, like your senior class, unreal. And I think the great thing that you've all kind of highlighted about Brookings is that, I mean, it's a family vibe in the community, but that carries into its athletics. And you can see that with women's basketball. Cause I mean, just to be blunt, we all know that women don't get the highlight that other sports get for whatever reason. We could, not to get into all those, but the fact that people are so hyped for their women's basketball, just like they are for men, just like they are for football and softball and all the other sports at the school, that speaks volumes. And so what you guys have done as a senior class, continuing to up the ante, I think is remarkable. And it speaks to the good foundation that was laid, but that you guys keep building on. So I think you kind of highlighted why you went there, but what do you think the underclassmen need to do to keep that going?
I think for D-line specifically, because I know like a lot of those dudes like that are gonna have to play some ball haven't played a lot of ball. You know what I mean? Like if your coach puts you out there, like they believe that you can make a play for them. Like because we laugh about this a lot, but like Coach Smith's the type of coach. So like if he don't think you can play, like he'll let Caleb Sanders take like 80 reps that game, and you'll just watch.
Trust, man. You got to
Yeah,
earn
so
it.
that's what I'm saying. So like if you're out there, like you're out there for a reason. Our coach believes you can make a play, so just go out there and be the dude that they know you are. So.
Yeah, I feel like I'll echo what Stack said a little bit. It's kind of a similar position on the O line right now. I mean, we got 3 guys leaving, Eddie too, 4 guys leaving that played a lot of football for us, and me, Aaron, Wes, and Eddie. So they got some holes to fill in that O line, and we got underclassmen that are ready to step up and take the charge there. But I think Coach Eck, to allude to him a little bit, always used to talk about getting good fast. You gotta be ready to go, and so those guys will step up and they'll do a great job. But I think just keeping that tradition of making those playoff runs and finishing strong. They got to take one step further than we did, win that national championship game. I think they're capable.
For me, I just say,
go ahead, man.
Okay, for me, I was just gonna say, they need that leadership. Just people, because everybody on the team right now really didn't play as much as all the seniors played. We was a big class. So I just say leadership is the biggest thing. That am I cutting out again?
No.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like delayed on my end, but yeah, I was gonna say leadership, man. They just got to get leadership, and the leaders got to just, man. I can hear myself echoing. That's why. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Pierre, we hear you, bro.
Okay. Cause it's like y'all not moving, but I can hear y'all. So, but yeah, I was just saying leadership, man. The leadership gonna be big on the future team, just getting leaders.
Awesome. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to say or add? Or Kyle, do you have any more questions?
I was going to ask Eagan. Eagan, how do you think Coach Olson's going to do stepping into the offensive line role?
Oh, I think so this is interesting. Coach Eck, for the last football season and part of the 2021 a little bit, he was in the 2021 spring, I should say. Coach Eck's been up in the box. So Coach Olson has been our on the field O-line coach for the past season and a half. So I think it'll be a pretty smooth transition. I think the guys really like him. They appreciate him as a coach, and they like the way he's kind of a player's coach. Like he'll coach everybody a little bit more individually and to get what he wants out of them. But that's the kind of guy Coach Olson is. Did a great job with our tight ends. Was our coordinator, the O-line on the field. They know him well. They love and appreciate him. I think he's going to do a great job with the O-line.
Excellent. In Stack, quick question for you. Do you think now Coach Rogers just stepping into that role full time, like full control? How do you think that's going to go?
I think our defense will be a lot more aggressive. I think that's one thing that once Coach Brown had left and like Coach Rogers kind of got like his hands in that, it kind of became like a lot more like attack. And as a D lineman, like you love that because that means like I'm getting upfield and I'm trying to make a play. So I mean, I think our defense will be extremely aggressive next year, and I can't wait to watch.
Nice. Cool.
Anything else to add, you three?
Shameless plug. It's F&G Friday. Get some merch, man.
Yeah. And that's a grind.
We're good with that. We're out of season for sponsorship. So, have Tolo connect with us this summer. We'll be looking for sponsors again.
I got a question for you guys quick too. How did what was it like seeing Griff jump 43.5?
Bro, that was stupid, man.
I didn't even believe it. Like, because like not even on like some weird stuff. Like when I saw him jump, I'm like, because we all know Griff can jump. Because like we all make jokes about that and that kind of stuff. Like I was expecting something like normal, but like when his whole like arm went over the thing, like, I was like, bro, what? And I think, bro, who jumped right after Griff?
Me.
Oh no!
Because it was supposed to be me, and like I was supposed to jump after Griff. I started warming up on broad jump. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
I think Tolu might have jumped after Griffin, but I followed Griffin and Tolu up. I was like, man, because they had to stop there, and you guys weren't there. They had to reset the Vertimax for him twice.
I was like, man, y'all not finna see me jump after that. You gotta
That's
get
like
at least
quarter
another
up.
lineman in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
that's like
that's
a quarter
crazy.
off the top of the backboard type hops right there.
Yeah, that's
Right.
stupid.
Damn. Good stuff.
Just in case anyone is wondering, Pierre has AT&T. So
I know I was saying, Pierre, when you dropped, I was like, well, AT&T needs to give him the hookup because he's from the South. That's like all over down here.
Yep. Hey, and I want to. Jim is someone who is a diehard Jackrabbit at all the games, just a true supporter all the time, positive about you guys, and says this conversation has been very appreciative. Thank each of you for the memories and the way you left the program in a better place. And I want to echo that. You guys were incoming freshmen when I started this thing, Jackrabbit Illustrated, and I think my first blog was about your guys' signing class. And so I just want to say thank you for the memories and giving us something to talk about over the last 5 years.
Giving us wins to talk about.
Yes, because this would not have been as fun if you guys were a 500 club every year. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys for all the
thank
support
you
and
guys.
coverage. Appreciate it a lot. You guys have done a tremendous job
appreciate
supporting
y'all.
us and showing us love. So
Nah, for sure. We really appreciate that.
No, I know I've kind of talked to all of you offhand here and there. And Pierre, first off, it would have been excellent to have a running back like you as a fullback. I had some good ones too, so I was spoiled, but damn, you'd have really made me look good. And Stack, I love your energy and tenacity, and we've talked about it, the swag that you play with. It's needed on the D line, and that get a little piss and vinegar in there. Eagan, same thing, man. We highlighted you, your knuckles in your hands that your pops threw out there on Twitter after the first game against Colorado State. That energy and that aggressiveness, man, it's fun. It's as a former player myself, you watch that with pride and you feel good about how you left the program.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Jackrabbit fans that are still here, we have some exciting interviews coming up here in the next month. Justin Sell is scheduled to just kind of give a state of the athletics program. Steve Erpenbach is going to come on to talk about updates to the campus as a whole and priorities right now for the foundation. So that's going to be cool. And then the third one, we have Ben Fennell coming back this year for the second year in a row to talk about the NFL draft and our Missouri Valley prospects. Trevor Penning and the receiver from up north, Watson and Pierre and Weston and some of the other guys that have a shot of going in the draft. So excited about that. Oh, Eagan, I do want to ask you, John Ridgeway from Illinois State.
Ridgeway, wrestler. Did he wrestle?
Big D lineman.
Big D lineman.
Went to Arkansas, right?
Yeah, he transferred to Arkansas.
Massive dude.
Yeah,
massive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Tolu gave me his thoughts on Twitter about Trevor Penning, but Eagan, I would like your thoughts on John Ridgeway, the massive D tackle from Illinois State.
Clearly, he was memorable.
Well, I gotta be. So it's been a while since I played against Illinois State in a full game, but big dude. But Jared Brinkman was in the conference too, so don't give him too much credit.
That was a much more diplomatic answer than Tolu's on Penning. So, all right, Kyle. Anything else to add?
No, I think we're good. I think we covered some good ground, and best of luck to all you guys wherever you land, man. Just know you poured it all out there, and that's all you can do.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it a lot.
All right, go big, go blue,
Go
Jacks.
Go Jacks.